Alaska, awesome and huge. We're going to concentrate on seasonal fishing in one small fishing community, Elfin Cove. Now the Eskimo mail on the tail of the Alaskan Airlines welcomes us to Juneau, the state capital, and the Mendenhall Glacier is clearly visible right from the airport. Juneau's history is proudly revealed with this totem pole and the Russian Orthodox Church. And this gives us a clue to the heritage. Now it's time to board our seaplane, which is an Alaskan taxi. And this is going to take us to Elfin Cove. Now it's a 45-minute ride and it's 60-mile flight. And we're going to pass over Cross Sound and Glacier Bay. And we're going to head to the protected cove, which is inhabited by 30 people year-round. Now the Wings of Alaska has regularly scheduled flights carrying groceries and mail in addition to the passengers. We see evidence of strip mining of timber right off the bat. And the people who are taking a cruise to see Alaska can't begin to appreciate the entire state and its wildlife. As we get closer to Elfin Cove, we get our first glimpse of Brady Glacier, which is 30 miles from Elfin Cove. About, people want to know what are they going to catch. So could you give us a little idea of when the season starts and when it ends?
Certainly can. Well, we start in May, about the middle of May. The weather's nice, and we got our spring kings charging around here. We end up get some nice kings, 25 to 50 pounds. We've got one about 60. That happens occasionally. So, but they're nice sized fish. They're probably 20 to 25, 30 pound average, and we do well with them starting in May, about the middle of May through June, into July. Then the king salmon starts tapering off on these inside waters. And then we get into the humpbacks and the sockeye, and we get a few sockeye. And we do a little stream fishing. And
are there down in the southern 48 there, we're just starting to have limits on a whole lot of things, and that's new for us to have limits. We have a saltwater license in a few states. Do you have a saltwater license here?
Yeah, saltwater license. It's $20 for a 10-day license. And
what are your limits for king fishers, king salmon, as far as the recreational angler is concerned?
Limits 2 kings per day, and I think it's 6 coho when the cohos are running. Okay. And then, of course, you have smaller salmon.
Things that's more, sometimes, salmon are just exciting to watch in the water, and it's obvious they're delicious to eat. But for the people down in the southern 48 there, when we catch a flounder that's a foot long, we can get excited now. But we come up here and see a halibut, like the one that this gentleman caught the other day, 277 pounds. Well, that's outstanding. How many times do you see a salmon, or a halibut that's over 100 pounds during the course of the summer?
Well, I think every week we catch them over 100. Sometimes a guest will catch 2 of them over 100. We get a lot of big, yeah, we get a lot of big fish, and it's probably one of the better areas in Alaska for halibut fishing because of our shallow waters and the tide action and where we're sitting on the Gulf. So it's one of the better choices for halibut fishing, I'd say.
Now, tell me about the trout. A lot of people want to fly fish. They think that that's the greatest thing in the world. Do you have fly fishing in here on occasions, or is that just sort of something that we just think about?
Well, we have a couple of streams, but we don't really feature it because it's an added bonus if the weather's right, the tides are right. And, but we do have some pretty nice trout fishing. Dollies, they get up to 4 or 5 pounds, and a couple of the streams, and some salmon.
This rod we're going to use a herring.
There we go.
With a single 7/0 hook. The 90-pound test leader. Yeah, you'll feel them nibble at it, and you kind of want to give them a chance to take the bait. Okay. There you go. Right. Put your thumb on it, and just drop down till you feel the bottom, and come up about 1 or 2 pounds.
Oh, that's pretty. Ross Taylor is our guide on the boat, and like all guides, he stresses releasing smaller fish.
Oh, hey, nice halibut.
Hey,
Great. Oh,
Pretty. Now this is a ling cod, and they get up to 60 pounds in this area. And this is where the all-tackle world records come from, Elfin Cove.
You made a mistake.
You got near your line, Henry, that's what you did. You made a mistake, all right. Yeah, that's...
Oh, those are nice.
Sling cod. Get close up with those teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do have teeth.
Yeah, look at them. They'll eat just about anything they can get their mouths on.
And now it's time for some king salmon. A 126-pounder was landed in a fish trap at Petersburg in 1948. Now the adults have a black pigment to the inside of their mouth and black irregular spots on their back. The spawning male develops a hooked nose or upper jaw. They sexually mature from the 2nd through the 6th year, so they vary greatly in size during spawning. Of course, after which they die. A mature 3-year-old weighs 4 pounds, while a 7-year-old weighs 50 pounds. There you go!
There you go.
There you go.